Memramcook-Tantramar.
Walalan, Mr. Speaker. Today, we commemorate National Day of Action for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, Girls, and 2S LGBTQIA people. And this is a difficult day for many people across New Brunswick, across the country. Indigenous women are more at risk of violence, and today we remember those who have been murdered and those who are still missing. I think it's also an important day to talk about what still needs to be done. And so we know there were 231 calls for justice in the national inquiry into missing, murdered Indigenous women and girls and gender diverse people in their final report. And those calls to action need to move forward. We also know that in Chapter 8, Confronting Oppression, A Right to Justice, it specifically outlines issues related to systemic racism in justice and policing systems. And so today is also a day to once again call for this government to have an Indigenous-led independent inquiry into systemic racism in justice and policing in New Brunswick, because that touches Indigenous people's lives, it touches their communities, and it has a role to play in missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls and 2S LGBTQ plus people. So there is still work to do, and it is unacceptable to continue to refuse to let this happen. There needs to be an inquiry into systemic racism. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Walalan.